This area was once the ancient capital of Vietnam and chosen for its half mountain and half plain topography. It's not hard to see how the ruling kings of the 9th century considered Ninh Binh province a spiritual sanctuary. Sometimes what you stumble across is not in the guidebooks, and you should always have a good look off the main track. I was lucky enough to come across these ladies singing traditional songs surrounded by ancient buildings behind majestic mountains. I'm at the base of Hang Mo Limestone Mountain. Now I've found the perfect location for my next recipe. The challenge is getting up there, 1,000 steps. Wish me luck. Now it's taken me 40 minutes to make my way up here, and I tell you, it's well worth the effort. Around me must be the most spectacular scenery in all of Vietnam that I've seen so far. So get here, Ninh Binh Hang Mo, which in Vietnamese means dancing cave. So write that down, dancing cave. Gotta come here. Now over there's goats hanging out on the mountains. So here I'm making a goat recipe authentic to Ninh Binh. Now it's called Da Ye, which means citrus cured in lime juice, but I'm going to par cook this. I've got goat here. Now what happens with this goat, it's slaughtered of course, and then it's burnt, it's charred, all the hair comes off, and it kind of cooks it slightly as well. But I'm going to slice them up. Geez, that reminds me of when I was younger, when my parents had their restaurant. What they made me do was char the goat, a whole goat, put it in those little grandma trolleys and wheel it with its legs sticking out to the butcher. It was the most embarrassing time of my childhood, I think. Anyway, I'm going to finally slice that really fine. Now it's really important to leave the skin on there for texture, okay? Now goat meat, if you're afraid to eat it, don't be. It's not pungent, it's not gamey. You got to cook it right and it's absolutely delicious. Now goat meat has a different molecular structure to any other meat. It's actually really easy to digest and one of the most leanest meats out there. So try goat meat when at home, okay? So I've got a pot of boiling water here. I'm going to cook goat with galangal. Now this is a galangal tree here with a galangal... No, it's not a galangal tree. But this is what a galangal looks like, okay? It's a lot spicier, more peppery and stronger than ginger. So I've finally sliced this and peeled it, put it into my pot. Some lemongrass and some lemon leaf, just to add that freshness to it. Let that reach the boil again. Now I'm going to put some salt in and allow it to continue boiling. Then I'll put my goat meat in. Now when I'm cooking my goat meat, I just want to par cook it just to get the skin nice and tender, just for 3 minutes on rapid boil. Okay, I'm going to quickly take my goat meat out, partially cooked only. Ooh, it smells great. Now the goat meat has taken up all the flavour of the galangal, the lemon leaf and lemongrass. So it's not pungent or gamey at all. Transfer that to another plate. So now I'm going to sprinkle some sugar over the top of the goat meat, followed by some lime juice. Now what the lime does is it starts to cure and cook the goat meat. All the acids from the lime cold cooks it. Now mix that up and just let that sit for around 3 to 4 minutes. Alright, let's taste that. It's very tender, very well balanced. The lime's fantastic. Alright, throw that into my mixing bowl. I've got some finely sliced lemon leaves again. This adds that freshness to the dish and picks it up. Some toasted white sesame seeds, lots of those. And finely sliced lemongrass. Now the lemongrass that I use are the smaller ones. They're very young and they're really, really tender to eat. Mix that up. I'm going to pluck some rice paddy herb from here. Throw that in there as well. Again, citrus, cumin flavours would go really well with this dish. Mix it all together. Now all you have to do now is get your rice paper, pineapple, some mint, a bit more rice paddy herb, some cured goat meat. Wrap that all up. And we've got a dipping sauce of hoisin sauce, chili and sesame. Dip it in there. Such a fresh dish, authentic to Ninh Binh, citrus cured goat, wrapped in rice paper and fresh herbs. Da ye nui. I wish I had more time to spend in Ninh Binh and enjoy its surreal and sublime splendour. Our next stop is the bustling city of Hanoi, and I can't wait to explore the street food scene and meet the people who make it.
Walking around the streets of Hanoi, stop at a place like this. It's a perfect lunch pick-me-up.
I also go to an area where the cuisine has a bite to it. The whole area is specialised in cobra.